to speak about the Russian pronunciation. And today will be the last lesson about Russian pronunciation. And I can tell you in advance that next lesson will be very simple. Today we will still be learning new things about pronunciation, new rules, but next lesson there will be no learning, but there will be only practicing. So we will take those words that we have learned and we'll have an interactive practicing, something like what we did privately, maybe you can say yesterday, but we'll do it in a group as well, so that although you know the rules of pronouncing, but maybe you still don't know how to apply them. Okay, those are the words that we have learned so far from the very beginning of the course. Okay, I received homeworks. Emil, I want to say your pronunciation is very good. But still, there is some one mistake, which I'll correct you later. Okay, we also talked last time about hardness of pronunciation. We mentioned that the sound de and the sound te, they have a special feature. When you say the de changes to soft, you must add z, d, один, and also for the te, you must add s, тебя. And we also started to talk about some rules related to voiced and voiceless consonants. However, I want to apologize. There was one topic which I should have included in the last lesson, but I didn't. And I will have to include it today. It makes things a little bit unorganized, so I apologize. We'll cover it today. I want to talk about the soft sign. If you remember, when we started learning the alphabet, then there were two strange letters, the soft sign and the hard sign. And today I'm going to explain to you how to use them. As for the hard sign, I suggest that you don't learn about it today because it is used seldom. Maybe out of 100 words, it would appear only once. So it's not that difficult to explain how it works, but maybe just not to overload you. Maybe we will not cover it, even maybe in the beginner's course, we need to cover this sign. But we need to cover the soft sign. It appears frequently. And what is the function of the soft sign? You remember, if you have a consonant, it can be hard or soft, and the hardness or softness of it is defined by the vowel which goes after it. For example, in this case, you would need to pronounce the letter D in a soft way because the following vowel is softer with D. And if you put the hard vowel, then it will pronounce in a hard way. But what to do if the consonant is at the end of the letter? For example, in this word, you see L is at the end of the word, and since there is no vowel, then you can't add any softness, right? So there is a solution. So you take a soft sign, and if you add it at the end, then you would need to pronounce this in a soft way. And by the way, if there is no soft sign at the end of the word, then by default, the last consonant is pronounced as in a hard way. Okay, and now I appreciate that some people came yesterday for our private session, and we practiced actually this already. So for some of you, it's already familiar. So it will be easy for you. So this is a real word which means a zero. I think in English there is a word which is sounds similar than null. It means zero. Okay, you pronounce it as nol. 0 градус. 0 градус. And if you don't have the soft sign and then such word doesn't exist, but you can still pronounce it. And I will use it for the sake of exercise to show you what is the difference of the soft sign makes. If we have the soft sign, then you pronounce null, null, null. If you don't have the soft sign, you could sound like no, 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 null, no, no, null, no, null, no. And this pattern appears in many, many words. Con, con, con means a horse. Con, there is no such word, but we still pronounce it for the sake of exercise. Con, 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 con. Okay. I would like to look for a volunteer who would like to participate in the recognition exercise. Is there anybody who wants to volunteer? Please drop me a message in chat. No, nobody. Then there is no choice. Cindy, I need to ask you. Cindy, you'll be the next one. Next one, Emil volunteered. Emil, I was waiting for you yesterday.
I'm sorry. I'm excited to try this now.
Okay, Emil. So I'll be saying null and null, and you just need to tell me whether it has the soft sign or not. Are you ready?
Yes.
Null.
Soft sign.
No.
Hard or no soft sign.
No.
No hard or no soft sign.
Null.
It has the soft sign.
Null.
Soft sign.
Okay, so no problem. No problem for you. Mohit, do you want to try?
Yes.
Okay. Con.
With soft sign.
Con.
Without soft sign.
Con.
Without soft sign.
Con.
This is without soft sign.
Okay. Con was with soft sign.
Okay.
Okay, we'll try more. Con.
With soft sign.
Con.
Without soft sign.
Con.
Without soft sign.
With soft sign.
With soft sign. Okay.
Con.
With soft sign.
You say with or without?
With.
Okay. Con.
With soft sign.
Con.
Without soft sign.
Okay. Well, pretty much majority you can guess. Okay, great. Okay, so we finish this exercise, and I will tell you a bit more about the soft sign. Because the soft sign can be used not only at the end of the word, but it can also be used in the middle of the word. In fact, in the last lesson, we learned two words which has the soft sign in the middle. Большой, маленький. And again, what is the purpose of this soft sign? The purpose is to make the preceding consonant softer because there is no vowel after it. There are two vowels, there are two consonants together. Okay, so you can't use any way to make the consonant soft except for the soft sign. And I'll try again to read that for you as if there is no soft sign there, so that you can see the difference. The soft sign would sound большой, большой. Without soft sign, it would sound like большой, 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 большой. As for the next word, small, that would sound as, with the soft sign, it would sound as маленький, маленький. Without the soft sign, it would sound as маленький, 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 маленький. Cindy, can you be a volunteer today for this exercise?
Okay.
Okay. Маленький,
Just say again.
маленький,
Soft sign.
маленький,
With it. With soft.
without. Маленький,
Soft sign.
no soft sign. Маленький,
Without it.
with. This one is tricky. This one, when it is at the end of the word, it's pretty obvious. But when it is in the middle of the word, it's not that obvious. But for us, it's very obvious. For the native speakers, very obvious. So if you don't use the soft sign when you're supposed to do, then we immediately can hear. So let me, or maybe let's try the word большой because it is shorter. So with soft sign, it will be большой. Without, it will be большой. Большой, большой. Большой, большой. Okay, let's try. Большой.
Soft.
Большой.
Hard.
Soft.
Soft.
Большой.
That was without.
With большой. The one I can repeat, большой.
Also is that's with.
Okay, I try maybe another. I'll try to pronounce them again, both ways, and try to see the difference. I think it's. I'll emphasize specifically that sound. Большой, 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 большой. Okay, and let's try to play this game. Большой.
That is with.
Большой.
That's without.
Большой.
That's without.
Большой.
That was with.
Without. Большой.
That's without.
That is with. Большой.
That was without.
With. So okay, see, so now you can note that there is a challenge. It's a challenge. Yesterday we met for 1 hour with 2 people to practice pronunciation, and I give some exercises to them, and people could like very quickly get the correct result. But I just want to let you know that things are not so simple. Even if you get good results, don't be so overwhelmed because there are many challenges ahead. So please note that identifying the soft sign in the middle of the word is difficult, the challenge. But anyways, you got the idea that what is the purpose of the soft sign. Don't care about the hard sign for now. Let's see what is the next topic. Next topic. It is about voiced and voiceless. Voiceless. In Russian language, the words are written and pronounced differently. We have mentioned some rules regarding that earlier, but we didn't cover all of them. Today I'll tell you a bit more. So what we have mentioned, that vowels which are not stressed are, some of them are pronounced differently from what they are written. If O is not stressed, then it's pronounced as A. If Ye is not stressed, pronounced as E. If Ya is not stressed, then it's also pronounced as E. Then another rule where pronunciation is different from writing is about voiced consonants. Voiced consonants at the end of the word are pronounced as in the word slop. The letter G is voiced, but because it is at the end of the word, pronounced as slop. And we have covered it at the last lesson. And there is one more rule which I'm going to show you today. It is also related to the voiced and voiceless consonants. When voiced and voiceless consonants come together in a pair in one word, voiced, voiceless consonants come together, then they affect each other. So you can see the messages in the chat. Yes, Cindy asked to switch off the microphones because there are some noise. Yes, please guys, please switch off if you can. Let me give you the example of that. Something is happening on my screen. Please tell me, can you see everything properly? Can you see what I'm typing right now? So, for example, one word which we can learn today is a spoon. The spoon that we use to eat a soup in Russian language is called loshka. Loshka. And then what we see here is we have two consonants here, and they belong to those voiced and voiceless ones. The zh is a voiced one, and K is a voiceless one. And here, it is not pronounced as ложка, but it is pronounced as loshka. Instead of zh, we pronounce sh, loshka, loshka. So the rule is And it can be the other way around. So you see, first is the voiced one, and then it is the voiceless, and then it is the second consonant which defines how the previous should sound. So if this one is voiceless, then this one also must be voiceless, and if this one is voiced, then this one also must be voiced. I'll give you another example. The verb to do in Russian is сделать. Do. And here we have a similar pattern. In the beginning of the word, there are two letters which are voiced and voiceless. The first one is voiceless, the second one is voiced. And because the second one is voiced, then the first one must be also pronounced in a voiced way. So instead of s, we don't say сделать, we say сделать. 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 It's better if I make it in this way. And every time you encounter such a pattern, that the two consonants come together, and one of them is voiced, one is voiceless, then you must adjust the sound of the first consonant. It doesn't matter whether the position of this consonant is in the beginning of the word, or in the end of the word, or in the middle of the word. And another example, which also explains the same rule, which I would like to give, is specifically to those people whose native mother tongue is Arabic. Because they will use, in Russian language, Arabic language is called Arabский язык. Arabский язык. Arabский язык. The stress is on the second syllable here. Arabский язык. And here we also have the pattern of two consonants. The first one is voiced, the second one is voiceless. And because the second one is voiceless, then you must change pronunciation of this consonant as well. And instead of B, you must pronounce P. You don't say Arabский язык, but instead of that, you say Arabский язык, Arabский язык. Okay. So pretty much I plan to have 3 lessons about the Russian pronunciation, and today is the 3rd lesson, and pretty much I'm finished with explaining the rules of the Russian pronunciation. I want to tell you that those are not complete rules. There are more rules. Maybe I've covered about maybe half of them, but they are the most important. And I suggest you don't bother about other rules first. Maybe the other rules you learn when you go through the advanced course. I think those rules that I explained should be sufficient for now. So after that, for the rest of today and for tomorrow, for the next lesson, we'll just learn new words and we'll practice pronunciation. Let me show you which words I would like you to learn today. Ложка. Ложка. Since we already mentioned, You don't need to learn сделать. Сделать don't learn because it has some grammar rules which I need to explain. Ложка is a noun, simple. So this word please memorize. And a few more. Let's see which ones. Probably the longest word that we're going to learn, that we have learned so far, will be one. Предложение. Предложение. Sentence. Sentence. Then we're going to learn three nouns. Ручка. Карандаш. Бумага. And we're going to learn two adjectives. Простой, сложный. Ручка is pen. Pencil. Карандаш is pencil. Бумага is a paper. Простой, simple. Сложный, complicated. Since we are now at the beginner Russian course, then for every word I'll tell you how it should be properly pronounced. I think in the more advanced courses, you can just see the word, you immediately know how to pronounce it. Ложка. The stress is on the first rule. Ложка. 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 Sentence. The stress is here, so you pronounce it as предложение. 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 Because E is not under stress, then you change it to E. And O is not under stress, you change it to A. Предложение. Предложение. Ручка. 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 Please note that cha is always soft, so even if there is no soft sign there, you must pronounce it as soft. Ручка. Карандаш. 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 Бумага. 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 Простой. Простой. So here you must change it to простой. Простой. Сложный. Сложный. Okay. Because I don't have the feedback from you guys, so I hope everybody understands that if I write the letter in a lowercase, it means I use this to express the stress. The stress is there. Okay. Ложка. Предложение. 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 Ручка, карандаш, бумага, простой, сложный. Okay. So those are the words for today. And Emil, I just received your homework today, and there is one word that I would like to practice with you, pronunciation. Is it okay if we do it now, just for maybe 1 minute?
Sure.
Okay. I'll write a word on the whiteboard and please pronounce it.
All right.
Teacher. Teacher.
Yeah. You see here, the stress is on the first syllable. So this year must change to E. So instead of saying учитель, 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 must учитель, учитель, учитель. Can you try to say it again?
Учитель.
I
Учитель.
can't hear. It's quite so. Can you please say it louder?
Sorry. Учитель.
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 The last syllable. So this first you must say til. Say til.
Till.
And also because this is a soft pronunciation, and the letter K is a special one, you need to add a small S. So instead of saying T, you must say T. T. Maybe you try to say T. Okay, and now try to say учитель.
Учитель. Учитель. Учитель.
Учитель. Учитель.
Учитель. Учитель. Учитель.
Yeah.
Учитель. Учитель.
Sounds good.
Учитель. Учительница.
Okay. Guys, what is your homework? Next lesson or next lesson, the whole lesson will be dedicated to practicing Russian pronunciation. There will be no more learning, so I will not speak much there during the lesson. I'll only ask you to say words. Okay, so today's homework will also be a bit harder, perhaps, than in the previous lessons. However, it will only be about pronunciation. This time, you don't need to write anything. You just record your pronunciation. It is better if you practice it first without recording. Here again, I'll give you the list of all the words that we have learned. I apologize that some of them are in a lowercase, some are in uppercase, but this is the complete list of words that we have learned. So just practice it and record the message and send it to me. And I also appreciate if you send your homework to me in a private message, because I often receive homework in a common chat, and sometimes it's very difficult to find, because there are so many messages and I need to scroll through. For me, because I'm a teacher here, you can send private messages. I don't mind. However, you can't send private messages to other people. Like in our group, it is this practice is not welcome. But you can send private messages to me. So please read out those words, send it to a private message, and then this will be a material for me for the next lesson, because I know I will know where are the problems that you're facing, and I can particularly point to that problem and fix them. I'll see where the majority of mistakes are. So today's homework is really important for me. Okay, and I think that's pretty much it for today. And we are almost finished the time. So I want to thank everybody for coming. Thank you very much. Please send me homework, and I'll see you again on Wednesday, on the coming Wednesday. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, thank you so much. Ivan,
Thank you.
Edith, Anna, Natasha,
Спасибо.
Yasik, Malenki, Palsoy, Luska, Sadelach.